If you listen real carefully, you'll be able to hear Alex talk to himself.
Are we live?
We're live!
Oh yeah. Yeah.
All I heard was like something Mexican.
Yeah. I was reading this post. It was just some guy talking about himself.
There he goes. You might be able to hear it. Would you like to share with the class?
Um.
And on that note, welcome to Hideaway Gaming's podcast. I'm your host with the most, Aaron Flyby Jenkins. And this here is my partner,
Jenkins. Okay.
Didn't want to give a cool name for yourself?
I don't think. Yeah. I can't think of anything. I'm not good with nicknames in general.
What was your Xbox 360 handle? It was like, go to my car.
Oh, that was my email. I just did the same thing. Again, I totally blank with nicknames.
Oh.
So I just like, well, so it's just going to be my email. And then there's a point where you get to the point of in your life where you realize like stupid like high school emails. And
Yep.
you basically I wrote that email till I was like, shit, almost 30. And then one day I just woke up when I was like maybe 32.
Need to get a big boy email.
Yeah, I was like, hey man, this is because I think I was like starting an account at Honor Credit Union, and then I was like, oh, they asked for my email, and I felt really embarrassed for my my email. I was like really embarrassed about it. Basically, it was just like, oh, this lady's looking at me and judging me because of my dumbass like email, and just like it absolutely made no sense. I don't know why I thought about that, but I just did when I was in high school, and then I just changed it. I just did a simple one, you know. But either way, yeah. So
mine was Daddlebutt.
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 See, again, yeah.
And I still have that email, but it's like a junk email. Like I don't use it anymore. I can't even log into it anymore.
Yeah, I don't know my old password for the other one. It's probably some stupid too.
My first username for an online game was Slayer. And people were like, it was Slayer 89. And I remember I used it for Monster Hunter on the PS2. And some dude's like, oh, like the band? And I'm like, no, this is just a cool name I thought of. I was like, I don't even know that band.
I was like, I'm the Slayer of the women. It's like, Jesus.
So yeah,
Wow.
and then after that, it was just kind of random shit. My best one ever though was that I used for Dota for a bit, and I got some people laughing about it. Was She'll Love Hard Dicks Insider. It's a play on words.
Oh, I fucking hate you. That was like dumb.
Give him a cold brew of, She'll Love Hard Dicks Insider.
Wow. Yeah.
Who knows? Some people might not get it.
Yeah. No, we get it. It's just,
So on to some more intellectual stuff.
Boom.
What are we talking about today?
I say we change up the pace and talk about video games because that's a pretty interesting thing this week. Yep. Crystal Chronicles got released last week. I downloaded the light version, like you downloaded the light version. I remember the game, playing it back in the GameCube days, and it was definitely not like cool. It was definitely like,
It was
I didn't get it. Yeah, like I hate carrying that fucking chalice. It was like, that's so stupid. Why am I carrying this? And then the guy that offers to carry it, he gets tired.
Yeah.
And then you're just like, what, bitch? You never want to pick it up.
Yeah.
You know, just like, would you know how long he can carry it? Or
All I know is when I was playing the other day, I would just have him set it down, and then after 2 seconds, I have him pick him up, or I'd take it, and he'd be like, "Let me carry the child's coop." I was like, "Bitch, you just said you were tired."
exactly.
You know?
Right?
I feel like so you just drop it for a second, and then have him pick it back up. I guess is fine.
Yeah. Yeah. What exactly happens when you go outside that bubble?
You start it's like every second you'll take a half heart
That's fucking stupid.
because the whole world's shrouded by that miasma thing.
Miasma.
Yeah, my biggest problem is they didn't change, and I was telling you about it in the text. They didn't change the scrolling the menu thing. You have to
yeah. That was hard.
That's
because like
stupid.
my dude, like I was literally stopping,
Yeah.
stop my character, and then I was trying to change.
Did you forget like you were on defend or something? You're like, why am I attacking?
Yeah. So the pros of the game that I've been playing so far, I kind of like the fightings. Like
It's simple.
yeah, I mean, I like the free roam aspect of the fighting part. You know, you get to move around. You can kind of dodge yourself if you want to, because their attacks are really telegraphed. Your enemies' attacks are super telegraphed.
Yep.
So you can just kind of evade it, just walking around and running around. So that's pretty simple. And I don't like about the combat thing is, again, switching between like attack, defend, or any of the commands you got listed.
Yeah.
So that kind of get annoying. And it also sucks too, because if say, hey, in the beginning of the game, you don't have that much items. So if you eat through your items before you get the ability cure, then you're just like kind of fucked. Because then it's just an empty command space.
Yeah.
Like list, which is kind of dumb. But in the game in general, I think it has a lot to offer, because like the letters and then the stats on who you keep, like your family members.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and then their happiness and how they feel about you, stuff like that. And you can send people items and money and shit like that. That's kind of cool. I kind of like that. That's kind of different, you know. But and I like the ability to custom your character a lot. And it seems like each character has like a save file type of deal. You can have it, so you can make different characters, and you know, male, female, look different, you know, classes and shit like that. I get that. That's really has a good appeal to it. But other than that, I think the game, like I was telling you, the game is really built on, I think, just having a party.
Multiplayer.
Like, it's definitely multiplayer, and like you can only play multiplayer online, right? Is that what you said?
Yeah, people are upset there's no couch co-op like how it was back in the day with the Game Boy Advances.
Yeah, so even that's a pain in the ass, right?
Yeah.
Like that's a pain in the ass. Like back in the day, they also had the internet thing, but no one really had it, and the server was probably shit.
Yeah, I think it was mainly for one game, and that was Phantasy Star Online.
Yeah, was it?
Last I thought, because I played the shit out of that game.
Yeah.
And I still have it. But last I knew, the broadband adapter was only mainly for that game. I can't remember another game that was requiring it.
Okay. Well, yeah, like I said, that it's kind of a pain in the ass that the way they worked that system, but that game was probably ahead of its time, and no one got it back then, and they didn't even care to like fix the things.
Yeah. Well, the fact that you had to have 4 Game Boy Advances,
Yeah.
it was a money sink. You had to buy the game. And if your friends that have it, it's fine. But they all had to have Game Boy Advances and that transfer cable to a GameCube.
Yeah.
So you had a lot of your friends who didn't have a GameCube, but they had a Game Boy Advance.
Yeah, I can see that. Like right now, it kind of works if you work over line. That's kind of cool. Or like they should allow the link system. You know, like
Yeah, I think there's private party or something, because when I was reading some reviews of it, some of them were saying like how them and their wife or something's been playing it. So
okay.
There's got to be like an easy way to get you with friends or something.
Well, yeah. I mean, just like I haven't got I mean, I only download the light version, so I mean, they probably don't really offer too much to go online with it. So
Oh wait, yeah, there is because it's got an internal friend list. That was the one cool thing I thought about the game is there's not many games that have an internal friend list on the Switch, but this one does.
oh really?
Yeah, so you can just send the invite to them and then you party up.
Oh, that's cool.
Because when you start a dungeon, it asks you if you want to go solo or
or to get together. Yeah,
Yep.
I saw that, and then I was like, man, this might be better and easier for people that are in the bigger parties. And maybe that's also a thing about the game that they didn't do. If you notice any of the other Final Fantasy games, they're like the free roam ones, like the Final Fantasy 15 and the Final Fantasy 7 remake. Like, if you notice, they're really, like, they're the free roam RPGs where you're, like, combat action more rather than turn-based. Maybe back then they just didn't know how to streamline it, like the way they have it set now.
yeah.
So they was like, oh, we got to slow down the action frames or something. So, like, basically, like, if you want to do the spells, you have to change your command. So maybe the programming was, like, not advanced. Well, I would understand because it was, like, GameCube, which is, 30 years ago?
Well,
Almost? I don't know.
30 years ago, the GameCube. I'm 31.
You're old. Well, 20. It has to be 20. 2000?
It was in the 2000s.
Yeah, 20 years ago.
Yeah, because it was a little bit after. Holy shit!
What? You're gay.
That is almost 20 years ago.
Yeah. I thought it came out in 2000.
I don't know
2000 maybe.
it's close because
maybe 2002.
because it came out a little bit after the PS2. Because I remember I got the PS2 and then a year later I got a GameCube. Thank you, Mom. You're the best.
Let me see.
Holy shit, though. That's
When
20 some odd. Oh my god. I'm like having like a shock to my system.
2001.
Holy fuck.
Yeah, 19 years ago. The thing weighs 5 pounds and 5 ounces. It's a baby.
I still think it was a fantastic system.
It was. The bitch was indestructible.
I mean, the fact that Melee was put on it, Sunshine was put on it, Pikmin, the works. A lot of people love Eternal Darkness, and they want that game to come back out too, like a remaster. That spooky.
Is that the dungeon game?
No, it was a horror game that messed with your psyche. You get a sanity meter and stuff like that.
Huh.
A lot of people loved it. It's a cult classic.
I can't think of it.
If you saw the box art, you might recognize it. But I'm
Has it got that
surprised.
spiral or something like that? Like a weird.
I
Does it got a hand?
don't. The box art?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
I'm just kind of surprised that almost 2 years now we haven't seen that come in the shop.
Well, I mean, the GameCube had a ton of games like the Pikmin series, the Mario Galaxy, Mario Party. I mean, all the better ones were
4, 5,
on
and 6.
GameCube.
4, 5, and 6
Yeah,
were great.
yeah, it was amazing. Every single one of them were on there. There's Smash Brothers. What else?
Speaking of Pikmin, did you see that?
Zelda.
Oh,
Wind
yeah,
Waker.
Wind Waker. Yeah,
Yep.
that's my favorite Zelda.
The adjustable to play the Game Boy Advance games. Boom.
Oh yeah,
That thing was baller. I was like, what? Play all that Pokemon on your TV.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
You could play it all of them.
Did we have that attachment here?
We did. We sold it.
That's what I thought. Because it comes with a disc too, right?
Yeah. So the funny thing about that, the attachment is super cheap. It's like $30, which is cheap. But that disc is like from $70 to $100.
What's the disc for though?
So you can play the damn thing.
So you
cannot play it without that disc.
you have to have both those?
You have to have both.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it really sucks. Everybody, it's funny because there's so many attachments out there, like tons of them, because no one saved the disc.
Holy
So the
shit.
discs are gone. It's hard to find those discs. That's why they're so expensive.
Wow.
Because there's so many attachments out there, but everybody's just lost a damn disc.
They just didn't think it was an important thing.
No, they didn't. But you had to work them together.
Wow.
That's how you to play the game. It's so weird, right?
Yeah, because when we had, I thought we did. I thought we did have that.
We did. That
And then-
one Zach kid that plays D&D.
Yeah.
He brought it in one time. He didn't even know he had it. He didn't know it was worth that much.
I was just shocked that when we had it on there for like 80 or so bucks, when you put it out, I was
I
surprised the
think so.
price. You
yeah.
know?
Yeah, I think that's what I put it in.
And it sold like what, in a week?
Maybe something like that. But like that was when we first opened, so it took a little bit longer because no one knew we were here.
Oh, that's
and then
true.
It was just like
There's still some
sitting.
people.
Yeah, there's still our town is.
250 Broadway Street, South Haven, Michigan.
There you go. Come out, buy shit.
Yeah. Which, by the way, little plug. Anyone out there, because I can see, remember how I said like there was people who've listened in Switzerland and shit?
Yeah, I don't know
Which
what the hell they're doing.
I
It might
don't
be
know.
just a
There's-
bot.
I don't know, but
Could be a bot just listening.
they got me
AI,
thinking.
Swiss.
if you're
Swiss
ever-
is after us.
The Swedes.
Sweetie.
If you're ever in Texas, Washington, wherever you're at, and you listen and like what we're doing, but you are curious what we carry, by all means call.
Oh yeah.
Our phone number is 269-767-7471. We will ship to you.
We also have a Facebook.
Yep,
We
obviously.
always check that thoroughly.
We always mostly check it.
Thoroughly.
And then email us, hideawaygaminghq@gmail.com. And there's hideawaygaming.com. Plenty of ways for you to get at us in case you're interested in what we have. You can't find something in your area and you're like, hey, maybe this out-of-town place may
Yeah.
have something that I need.
Yeah.
But we're open to shipping and stuff like that with the price of our games and such. So,
Oh, we need to go back and reprice all our Super Nintendo and 64 games.
I bet, because they're probably, going up?
Yeah, well, I keep telling myself to do it, and I keep forgetting until somebody comes in here I'd never seen, and they're like sniping our stuff. But they're not too far off. Like the worst one was like last Saturday. We lost like I think like $15.
Because it should have been higher.
Yeah,
Well, nonetheless,
that price mark. So that how we use
that
that
website
price chart.
thing.
Oh, yeah, price
Yeah.
chart. Yeah, so been going off that, but everything like the Wii games, the Super Nintendo, the Wii games and the PS2 and the 360 games and all those games and like the GameCube games we got in recently, all those have been priced off that website.
I like how it shows like
Yeah,
what
Lose.
Amazon has
Yep,
and stuff
yep.
out of it for.
It's a good website. But either way, the first thing these people come in here, they're like, "Oh man, I'm gonna try to, pretty much it's like, okay, I've been at this for a while, so it's kind of a pet peeve, but it's kind of not when they come in and just like, when they price check everything. And then it's like, oh man. But at the same time, the only reason it becomes a pet peeve a little bit, and it kind of like, gets to me sometimes, is because we generally go on the lower end of stuff. So we're trying to deliberately giving you a good deal, no matter what, right? And then like, they're like, to me, when they do that in front of me, I feel like they're trying to see if there's a lower one on some, eBay or Amazon or something like that. But most 9 out of 10, they always end up buying it. But like that one Saturday, maybe like two or three Saturdays ago, that's when like the Ninja Turtles in Time, that was like $5 there. It was a $50 game now, but I had it at $44.99. And I was like, that actually jumped up from the last one I put in there, because the last one I put on there was for $25.
Yeah.
So it went up $20. And then when I looked it up on that website, it was $50. And I was like, Jesus. And then the Booger Man that I had in there, $8. It was an $8 difference. But that game was in there for like $30. So again,
it's funny you mention that, because there was a guy in here, not this just past Saturday, but the one before. You had to head out early for something.
Big booty butts.
with your wife or something. But that's how I'm remembering it. Sure, I didn't say it about her. You did. That's fine.
I deal with that.
This guy came in and he had an iPad and he was going across everything and looking. And for a second there, I thought he was a secret shopper for like some company or something, or maybe even Wizards.
Shopper.
So
what do you mean? What's a secret shopper? Explain.
So, for
this.
example, if we wanted to be a WPN premium store, they will send people who are employed by Wizards to make sure they're getting the full experience and stuff like that.
That's so lame.
I get it. I'm 50-50 on
it.
Yeah.
When they get here, it's like, get out of here, you son of a bitch.
So it was getting close to closing time, and we were playing a quick game of Commander back here. After the Commander League, and
sounds like you weren't working, but go ahead.
Don't even get me started on this ass hat.
Okay, let's go. Continue.
So he comes by over here and he's like, "Oh, what are you guys playing Magic?" And he no offense to anyone, but he sounded like the really nerdy type of guy.
Okay.
And I'm just like, "Yeah, is there anything I can help you with? You know, just this is what we're about. I got this here, and got games over here." Like, no, that's great. And he goes, "I hear you have a podcast."
Oh.
I said, "Yeah." And he goes, "Well, what do you record on?" I'm like, "This." "Oh, and what do you use like for software or something?" I'm like, "Well, we just use something simple like Audacity and stuff like that." And then he's just like asking really specific questions. I'm like, what is up with this? And I would say it wouldn't be weird if that was a common thing, but that's the first time anyone's really delved into like our processes of doing anything.
Why didn't you kick his ass, Seabass?
So Jacob got up to go get a drink.
Go kick his ass?
No.
Okay.
Sick him, boy.
Get him, Seabass.
He gets up and he goes, "I think he was pricing something on there." And by all means, if the person who's listening, that I said this about.
Dang.
Nonetheless, I'm not saying anything negative or anything. It was just out of the blue. And
okay, so I threw you off.
Yeah, I'm just like, why is he asking all this stuff? Unless he's just legit interested.
Okay,
which
gotcha.
Is, great.
Okay.
But he just, like, after 5 minutes, just left.
Okay.
And I was like, well, if he was so into us, he was asking about Magic. Yeah, and I was like, why didn't he say bye or something,
Oh, he didn't? Oh, that's
so
weird.
Jacob goes, it looks like he was pricing things. And to my main point, back to what I was going to say about what you're saying, is the only time I feel like that's acceptable is when you are in probably the used game market, because there is times that you may find something on the shelf that's a little dusty. They probably haven't updated this price in a while. They know that, this has dropped $10.
Like snipe stuff. Yeah.
In a way, But if they're respectable about it, then great.
Yeah.
But there is a fine line where it's like, if you come in here and you look at, like, say, Gloomhaven, if we had it on the shelf.
Yeah.
And they're like, Amazon's got this for $75, $25 cheaper than you. I'm like,
one dude did that a long time ago. His dad was gonna buy a game, and then he was like, "Oh, Xbox Live has that for 30% off." And I looked at him. I'm like, "Really, dude?" Because the dad had it in his hand, and he was like, because the kid wasn't saying nothing. He was like on his phone. I thought he was just normally just like texting or something. And the next minute, he was like, we were literally walking towards the register, and the kid was like, "Dad, they have it on Xbox Live for 30% off." I was like, "You motherfucker!"
Yeah, why even shop a game store
exactly. So this is kind of another thing that we were gonna get. I was telling you about. I kind of want to talk about video games in the podcast today. That's kind of one of the big urts, and I noticed it a little bit today, and then there was two different people that bragged about pre-ordering the game and buying it as a DLC, but yet would come in here and spend hours trying to talk to me about random stuff. When a customer comes in here or you're a local and this is your local gaming store, and you kind of brag about, like, not brag, but like just like, "Oh yeah, this game's coming out. I already pre-ordered it." "Oh, where'd you pre-order it, man?" "Oh, I just downloaded
Best Buy.
Downloaded it online." And I'm like, "Oh, okay, cool, man. Can't wait for it to come out." I'm like, "Yeah, we're pretty excited too. We'll have hard copies of it. And then he was like, yeah, man. And then he's like kind of just lingering, sitting here at the tables and then talking to me and just like, I don't have a problem. And, if they do that, but it's just kind of like salt in the wound, mate, right?
Well, it's like if you were to go up to a taco stand and you're like, yeah, I got some good tacos the other day, this new shit. And you have a taco stand.
And you sit there, shoot the shit with them.
Yeah, where'd you get it? Well, Taco Bell. Motherfucker, you just came to talk about awesome tacos at my taco stand and shot the shit with me for a fucking hour, wasting my time.
Yeah. I mean, I'm always friendly with people, and I don't mind talking to people, and that's not the problem. The problem is
back,
just
by the
like
way. It's not a waste of time.
Yeah.
To our customers.
But the problem is that to me it feels like, okay, you're not supporting your local game store.
Yeah, that's the point.
But you want to come in here and talk, like just talk about games, talk about just anything under the sun, culture, that what we gamers talk about.
Well, that's what I meant.
Gaming news, any like movies, whatever. But the thing is, like, what's gonna happen to that game store if you just keep buying digital copies? You're not going to be able to come and hang out somewhere.
Yeah.
And then that's why, like, our local area here, it's still, again, I mean, we're still brand new, like, super brand new. We don't have the inventory like we were when we first opened because, well, we didn't have the presence of, like, everybody know who we are. And then we didn't have the flow of people, but we had a massive amount of people like just kind of selling their stuff.
Oh yeah.
So and then people would consistently sell their stuff, and we would buy, and we stocked up a lot. And then COVID hit, but COVID hit after a year into our stuff. So and then COVID hit, and then we just kept selling. No one would trade anything in, so no one traded stuff in. So now our inventory is like super low, and it looks really bad on the game side, which is really weird. But at the same time, I think because of COVID, a lot of people went digital, and then that's sad, man, because a lot of the game stores, I mean, there's that game store in Paw Paw, they shut down. They've been in business for 20 years.
Yeah.
And they literally shut down. And for us, the COVID thing was really kind of a blessing after it let up. Like, basically, when they opened the doors, it would kind of got a lot better for us.
Because the surge of people.
Yeah, the surge of people that was searching. Like, we can look at our Google stats for searches, and you could see our spike, like, basically right after they were, like, the stores were allowed to have X amount of people in the store and stuff like that. We were basically one of those things that were Googled a lot. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to convince people to buy hard copies and be able to trade stuff in the store. Like, trading is best the thing. Like, you beat the game, you don't like the game. Okay, so like here's that thing is. So that guy he was talking about, he bought that Ghost of Tsushima.
Yes, it's close to
So either way, the one for the PS4 to the samurai game, they came out like a month or two ago.
Yeah.
So he said he's bored of it. Like, he's like 2/3 of the way in, and he just finds it bored and boring. So I'm like, and then he talks about the new games that are coming out. But the whole thing is that now he has bought this game that was $60. That's a digital copy. He can't trade it in.
It just sits there.
It just sits in his like library.
Yep.
So there's 100% lost value there.
Mm-hmm.
So there's no purpose of like having that anymore. Like it's just like, oh, it's just sitting there. I'm never gonna play this game because a lot of people don't realize they do that. Cause they oh sure like I would have some conversation with some people, they don't like trading stuff in because they like the looks on the shelf and stuff like that. Oh, I played these games and stuff like that. I was like, yeah, but what's the point?
Yeah.
Now, you're spending, you're just putting money into your hobby that literally are like $60 a pop. Especially during the fall. When fall comes around, that's when your money gets like kicked in the dick because you have all these new titles coming out. So it's like every other week there's a new great title coming out, and you're pretty much spending maybe close to $200. And if you're a gamer and with no common sense, you'll buy those collector's edition or like deluxe edition because you get a new T-shirt in the game with a promo, and they're like, "Oh yeah, I paid the extra $20 for that T-shirt." It's like, all right, cool, man. But the whole thing is that now you have that game that you've also put your time into it, which is a lot of people don't realize that your time of your life is worth more money. And I get it, you're enjoying things, and that's great. I'm enjoying video games too. I love playing video games. But there also, you got to realize, like, I don't want to play this game anymore. I should trade it in for another game that I desire to play.
Yeah, get $20-$30 off of a new game.
Yeah, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But either way, so what I'm trying to say is I always don't understand why people do that. Why they come in or even talk about they just bought that game online and they were just like, yeah, man, it was such an it, and let me come in here and talk about it.
Well, it's a kick in the dick.
It really is.
Let me tell you how I didn't support you guys.
Because it's not that. It's like it almost feels like I want your companionship to talk about video games, but I won't support the place.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And it's like, what? I want your input about certain video games or upcoming video games, but I won't support your store. I'm like, man, and to me, it just baffles me that the amount of patience that gamers have. Like, why do you need to have it right 12:01 or 12 o'clock? Why is it that important?
Oh, I see what you mean. We'll see.
It's like okay, I should be, whatever,
I get it for indies because obviously they like the borderline ones. I think you should. Let me correct myself. If I was that customer, or how I've always shopped for it, even like Moonlighter, I consider that's an indie, but it was an indie enough to where it was made by a studio that wanted to make physical copies. I downloaded it on the shop. I didn't know they were going to have physical copies.
I don't think anybody did.
Yeah.
It was late. I mean, physical copies didn't even come. Like, they came to the GameCube first. Or not GameCube, Switch.
Yeah.
And then the PS4 finally got one.
Yeah.
And I think most recently, like at the end of the last year, Xbox got one.
So I would have been like, well, I'd rather get the physical. I would have bought it from our shop.
Exactly.
But I didn't know that. So I get it for indies. Anything that's on the eShop for $5.
Yeah,
10,
most of those
$50.
indies are DLCs.
Yeah,
like those indie games are definitely very like PC, download only, which makes a lot of sense because in that kind of game doesn't have the backing, if that makes any sense, because most of those are like pixel games, and they're like, there's not much money built into, like, there's not much funding into it, so they obviously won't have the money to distribute the game out.
They can't produce as well.
Exactly.
So with that being said,
Moonlighter was such a big hit, though. I mean, it's a great game.
Like the whole shit that happened with PS3 and the PS4 and the whole hacks that happened. Someone hacked the networks and everyone's credit card information got affected. Remember that?
A long time ago? I remember that.
That was at least within the last 7-6 years.
Yeah, I remember that.
But it's still remembered. And so like that instance alone makes me barely buy anything major digital because everyone's like, how will physical copies and stores, survive with this whole new digital age. And everyone's argument is like, they can fucking wipe the cloud anytime they want. Your saved, your backups, any piece of that digital game that's saved not on your system for whatever reason, or you delete it because it's in the cloud, that can be wiped.
Yeah,
ever
a hacker
since,
can go in
ever
there
since
and
they
do
hacked
whatever.
something as big as Sony, and then affected millions of people's credit cards, I barely trust it. I download only minimal games onto my systems.
I mean, it doesn't really matter. You have your info on it, so.
You mean? Oh no, yeah. What I'm saying is people are like, what would it matter if I can just download it digitally and it's there on my system or it's there in the cloud?
Yeah, I mean, I can agree and say indie games are definitely can be purchased online.
Because I spent $5-10 on it. I'm not gonna be upset if I lost
but big titles, you should definitely look for your local game stores. Because I mean, again, you won't be able to have that privilege to come and shoot the shit with someone, and and like people don't understand that. Like, they may feel like I'm bashing people, or you may feel like you're getting bashed, but it isn't that.
Yeah.
It's like I think people don't understand. When gamers are so isolated for so long, and they just have like a mutual like connection with someone they can talk to video games about, other than in their household or their other friend, a couple friends they have or something like that, they gravitate toward that person.
Oh yeah.
And they gravitate towards the game, like the game store, but at the same time, if you gravitate toward it, just show some love and like make your pre-orders through your local game store. GameStop also counts, I guess, but they're a bunch of buttholes.
No, they're a bunch of, that company is one of the worst companies ever since the whole COVID thing started and everything, and all the fucking shit the CEOs and everything were saying. Not letting their workers go home and stuff. No, fuck that place.
Yeah. Eat shit.
Not the people who work there and who are mistreated. Just fuck the company.
Oh yeah, that too. But no, it's just, yeah, man. You just try to find I mean, there's plenty. Like, there's 30 minutes in each direction from us. Like 45 minutes east, and there's nothing west. Obviously, it's the damn lake. But south, there's another place. North, there's two places. But
it's a bit of a drive.
Yeah. So, but what I'm trying to say is that if you're in that areas, just find your local game store. Not like GameStop. If you don't have any other local game store, then like go support GameStop. I guess these are the places you gotta understand that. These are the guys that are just like you, gamers. They're passionate and everything like that.
That's why we opened it too.
Yeah. So, and then to have that connection and shoot the shit with them for a while, they have to have some revenue. So make sure you make your pre-orders first with the smallest local game store if they can provide you with it, and then I guess go to GameStop.
Or yeah, we'll never be upset if like you check with us.
Don't stop buying hard copies, because hard copies makes the world go round.
Now, don't get me wrong. We're not saying and try to be stingy and say it's us or we're not friends or something. It's just more like, if you want to have us around, support your local store. If you want to have your local game store, if you're in Florida, New York, wherever it is, buy from your local game store. I mean, that's how we've cultivated so many great friendships with the Magic players.
Oh yeah, the Magic players are fucking ballers around here. Shit. I should be giving reach arounds for those guys, but whatever.
I mean, they always come in and check to see what we got.
I never get mad at the Magic player or get upset with them, because they can come here and shoot the shit, and I wouldn't give a fuck.
Unless you play stacks, then fuck off. In a Commander game.
Sure.
Winter Orb and.
Oh yeah.
You're a special type of player.
Yeah.
Three of our like good player friends are listeners to be like, I play stacks. The fuck's he talking about, motherfucker?
I'm gonna stacks his ass.
Who sits down at a game of Magic and says, who doesn't want to play Magic today? These three motherfuckers.
Oh.
I heard, by the way, you're building a hate bear deck.
I did.
Oh, you already did?
I already did.
Is that why when I posted that fucking Griffin today, you're like...
I got to test it against Jason. I I felt bad.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I had to switch up decks. I was like, this is not fair. I start blowing up his land. I'm just like, pew 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 pew.
I told myself no more deck building since there's gonna be like 40 freaking partner commanders coming out.
Nah, it's just like, well, no, it's just Anafenza. Just Anafenza.
Oh, so you've made more hate berry.
Oh, it's super hate berry. It's like, yeah, playing one spell. Yeah, I'm gonna blow up my lands too, and then just like I don't give a shit. I run like, well, here's the fucking thing. The funny thing about it, I run Ether Vial.
Interesting. Yeah.
So I don't give a shit. I cast more than 1-2 spells with the spell lockdown guy, because if it doesn't. So with I was really playing with the deck a lot. I was like, man, this is really. I need Armageddon. I wish I need to find.
Why?
Because for that deck.
I know, but
Because if I run Ether Vial, it doesn't matter.
I'm still gonna ask, but why?
Because I run Ether Vial.
Man, you.
So no, I run like Ether Vial, and then that Wanderer guy.
I get why you need it.
You put a counter on him, and then
Why are you the person that you decide to choose to be?
Oh, that's why. I mean, let me be honest. I get a little upset with our play group area, and I just want to fucking beat their skulls in.
I thought you just said you loved them, that you need to give reach rounds. So which is it?
I hate what I love. Something.
Perfectly said.
I have a love-hate relationship with a lot of people. It's like, oh man,
It's comical. I love watching you get upset when some people do certain things.
it just fucking frustrates me. Oh my god, I just like. Really?
I just
What
release
we
the
gonna do?
popcorn.
We're gonna fucking swing at me with this dude will get all this shit. Make him fucking block. It's like, I got this big old 8-8.
You and Max kind of have the same thought process, because if we're the same game and I'm like, you were like that one day you were playing that cycling deck and everyone's coming at Max and Max is like, I don't get why you fuckers are doing this. He's the problem. We're like,
No, that piece of shit. That
You two are kind of the same in that.
No. There's no same. I literally wasn't doing anything. I genuinely was not doing anything in the cycling day. Max was popping off every time. He's like, I'm gonna put shit from my graveyard back into play. Shit in my graveyard back into play.
Well, my point was you had Astral Slide out, so it's like,
yeah, exactly.
we can't do nothing against you.
Yeah, exactly. And then like Kevin's over here, but Kevin was trying to get down because he was like, I'm gonna swing with this guy. You want to blink it? Just like, because it comes back and it will start a fight. I was like, well, fucking, I guess I can't. You know, because he would have fucked up my command.
Yeah.
I was like, I'll take this fucking 10. Jesus. But no, it was like, it wasn't even that. It was just like he kept blaming me, or like he wouldn't like say kill Kevin, or no, Kevin had all the power. He would say like, oh man, why don't you swing at it, Aaron? You know, stuff like you, because you didn't have any good plays. You had like a few cool creatures. Kevin was just had monsters out, and he was just trying to fucking beat head, and then I was like, well, I guess I don't know why you keep pointing at me. I'm still not doing anything. You know, and then the only way it worked out is because I think, did he die first?
I can't remember. All I remember is I was playing Marchesa and both.
You got, because he had Infanza.
He had Infanza,
and then
Kevin had the vampire at Infanza.
Yeah, that kept locked you out. So that's why
I can't play for. The good thing though is that if we ever sit together in a game with Max, I can't play Marchesa. Because he'll auto target me at the start.
Really?
Oh, he hates that deck. He says that's his most hated deck that I have.
Why?
Well, a good example was that day that we were playing that I told you about. I had Terror of the Peaks and 3 other things.
Teeter the Peaks?
Terror of the Peaks from the new core set. The dragon.
Oh, fuck that guy.
So I was about to go off with this and kill Max. And I had...
It was that game?
It was the same game. The one from that one Saturday where I said that guy came in.
Oh, okay.
It had Olivian mobilized for war, which I was thinking about taking out of my deck, and boy, she's like MVP. You have to discard a card whenever a creature comes to play. If you do, it gets haste and a +1/+1 counter. So I
Who's
was
this chick?
Olivia, Mobilized for War. She's from one of the Shadows over Innistrad set. She's red, black, and 1.
Red, black, and 1.
Yeah, remember her old card was where she would ping something, make it into a vampire, and then for 2.
Oh,
that was her old one. Yeah, and she was broken as fuck.
Yeah.
So I kept bringing shit back from my graveyard, but also discarding a card to give it haste and a +1/+1 counter, and to keep cycling it. And Terror of the Peaks was part of that combo.
Oh, wait, what is that?
Whenever
the dragon, whenever another dude
creature comes in, it deals damage to any target for how much his power is. And I got stopped by Cameron. He exiled my graveyard in response to it.
Boo.
But this was like turn 5, turn 6. And I was literally going to kill everyone progressively in each turn. And he just hates it because nothing ever stays dead in that deck. Which I don't blame him. But it's I don't like... I'm already against 3 people, but I'm already automatically like a huge target.
I know, that's so weird, man. I gotta take a deck apart. There's one deck that I think I'm gonna take apart. I think I'm gonna take the gift deck, where it just keeps giving stuff.
Oh yeah, Zedru.
I think I'm gonna take it apart. I don't know. Cameron for some reason fucking hates that deck. I don't even know why. It literally does nothing. The win con is just like steal your artifacts or the Felidon Siren.
Oh, do you run Approach of the Second Sun in that deck?
Yes.
Okay.
So those are the 3 win cons.
Oh, okay.
So those 3, and other than that, I'm just pillow forting, super pillow forting.
Yeah.
Just like basically just trying to outlive everybody. And then, but so technically, I think I'm gonna take that one apart. I made a new one. It's Rajmir. Rashmir?
Who the fuck is that?
That green Rashmi or
Rashimi?
Rashim?
Is it from Aether Revolt or whatever?
Yeah.
You made a monocolored deck?
No, it's 2-color. Blue green. The one that it like pseudo cascades.
Oh, I play that in Paco. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's kind of competitive deck. It's in the middle. It's between competitive and friendly. I play tested it the other day, and there's a lot.
Okay.
There's a lot. Max and Jacob just scooped. They were like, yeah, he could just do this forever. I'm like, yeah, I can do this forever.
Oh my god. This is why I can't leave you alone here anymore.
I know.
Oh my god.
So the deck is literally made to deal with the super something aggressive decks. So the deck is only going to come out if I play with 2 certain people, and then it's always going to get played. And I told them, those 2 guys, I was like, this deck is made for 2 people, and you'll find out who these 2 people are once you keep seeing me play this deck, and you're in my pod, and then you wonder why I keep playing with this deck over and over and over again. It's because either you are the problem or another person in the pod is the problem.
Jesus Christ.
It's just to say, so here's the thing is, it's not to kill them. It's not in spite. It's just like, I need
Feels
to
a little spite.
No. It's just like, because I explained to him, I'm like, this is literally not to do anything out of spite. It's just like, I need to survive, and then that's all it is. It's just trying to survive.
So it helps outlast you against those decks.
Yes, and that's pretty much it. And I told him, I was like, it's not. I'm just kind of tired of like getting targeted. So it's gonna be really super fucking hard to get targeted. And I'm like, it's gonna be really fucking hard for you to target me. It's not a pillow fort deck, not one fucking bit, and it's just like, it's gonna make it really hard. So it's just like, I do have constant mist in there, and I have a lot of things to bring it back to my hand, and I can make a lot of dudes. So.
I won't lie. Seeing some of the new spoilers makes me want to make a Commander Rogue deck, or more importantly, a Commander Cleric deck.
Ugh.
because I like some of the clerics that are coming out.
Nah. That fucking Termagoyf.
That card is
Termagoyf's
stupid good.
Vampire. I was like, what? That's all it needed. It just like it needed a boost. It's like, oh, this bitch can be a 5/3. Good.
That's so. Oh my gosh.
Like it literally, all you had to do is, I mean, it's common to see. It's really common to see 4 different types of like, card types in the graveyard.
Oh yeah.
It's really because you can name a sorcery, instant, creature, and artifact or enchantment. That's 4. I'm putting the artifact and enchantment in there because it's just that those are the common ones to see first.
Yep.
But if you get that 5th one, which would be enchantment and an artifact or a planeswalker, that's 6.
Yeah.
So it's, a 7/3, potentially a 7/3 flyer, Death Touch, lifelink. The lifelink and flying is just insane. It's like what Termagoyf. It just has evasion.
I mean,
for 1 more mana.
Vampire Nighthawk was like you played 3 or 4 of it in whatever deck.
It was
if you played black, there's no reason not to play it. Now, its bigger brother has come out and had sex with a Termagoyf.
Yeah.
And made this little prodigy.
Yeah, it's stupid.
It's fucking nuts.
It just made his power just I think the life swing is huge. That was the only thing that was the downside of like, the Vampire Nighthawk.
What was the downside?
It was just a low power. It was just a 2/3.
It did its job though.
Oh, it kept it kept a lot of things at bay.
Oh yeah.
It was like it wouldn't even come in.
Oh, I love
it was
that
like
card.
the Death Touch. You like, I gained 2 life. That thing is dead. Whatever.
Yeah. It's got the most broken mechanic that Cameron thinks is fine.
Yeah. Yep. So yeah.
Well, anyway, back to video games. We said we were gonna stick up video games.
Oh yeah, we're gonna stick up video.
We'll talk more this weekend about the
But no, going back to again, support local game stores, buy copies, and pretty excited. On a side note, I'm pretty super excited for the Mario, the new Mario collection coming out.
If anyone saw the
on the
Nintendo,
18th, we'll have those. Hopefully we'll have those.
I was like, sure. Fuck, that's probably not gonna be till next year. And then they're like September 18th.
2 weeks.
Like, oh my god.
Yeah. It's like, okay. Yeah. Take my money fast.
Because Sunshine. I'm one of those people who loves. I love Sunshine.
Yeah, Sunshine is great.
And I love Super Mario 64. I actually. I like it.
Here's the weird thing. The game gave me vertigo.
Oh yeah?
It just makes me sick every fucking time.
Oh,
every time I fall off of like a platform,
I got that
sick.
too.
I get sick. I'm like, ugh.
Especially in
like I thought I was falling.
TikTok Clock was the worst one that gave me the height feeling that when you play a game and you fall and your legs feel weird.
Yeah. I just get like a weird pit in my stomach every time I fall.
Yeah.
I'm just like, fuck. All right.
And I love Super Mario Galaxy. I actually liked it more than number 2, but
a lot of people got sick in that game. Did you know that?
Really?
Get motion sickness on the game. The flipping, because you flip upside down and then it will turn.
Yeah, I can believe that.
On the planets.
Yeah,
a lot of people got sick. I remember that, like an article coming out when that game first came out, and they were talking about how people got motion sickness from that because of it going invert and then moving around and then just like flipping right back. And I was just like, the screen was just switched like that. It just like people didn't like it. It just they got sick.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what's out today? Well, when I checked at, I can't remember what time I checked. It was a little bit before. It was early this morning because I saw the announcement saying that they were going to have it today, but Super Mario All-Stars is on the Super Nintendo thing. So all 4 games, Super Mario Brothers, Lost Levels 2 and 3. Is all free as long as you have the membership thing. So,
yeah, I'm not really a big fan of Mario All Star.
Really?
Yeah, not a really big fan. It was the only thing because we're not talking about the super we're talking about just regular Mario All-Star 1, 2, and 3, and the classic. Is that what that's what it was, right?
The game that came out on Super Nintendo that had all the 4 titles. Yep.
No, it had 3 or 4 titles.
Yeah, it had 4.
Yep. There was 2 versions. There was the one with the Super Mario World, and then the one that also had just the regular classic.
Yeah.
Or the one that had just Super Mario All-Star. I think that Super Mario World was a bundle. Was a bundle with the Super Nintendo at the tail end of that. But yeah, I was okay with Super Mario World 3. It was just it was one of the best games I played.
Yeah,
but 2 was fucking annoying. Ugh.
It was so different.
It was so weird.
Yeah. Then they have for Mario's Anniversary 2, they have a new gold Game & Watch handheld system coming out.
Oh, really?
And it will tell the time. You can play Super Mario Bros. On it.
Oh.
The old Game & Watch.
Yep.
Game of the juggling ball, and it's got little hidden things that you can do while the clock's going.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah. So they have that. They had the Super Mario All-Stars on the Super Nintendo, then the Super Mario 3D All-Stars, and then they have what's it called technically? New Super Mario 3D Land.
Oh, yeah.
With a cat suit.
Yeah.
And it's got a new DLC with it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, called Bowser's Fury.
Man, they really like milking old games by putting a new level on it. It was like,
yeah,
here we go, pay the $60 again.
Yeah, well, with Odyssey
Nintendo.
being, a year or 2 old, I would be shocked they announced a new Mario game. Like a brand new one.
Yeah, I guess. I mean...
If anything, I'd be more not surprised if they did a new Mario Kart.
Yeah, well, they took a big shit on that Paper Mario, so you think they would have got...
Fucking that reminds me, they came out in an article and said that they probably will never go back to the old formula.
Oh, really?
And yet, everyone's criticizing them for not thinking that's the smart move.
You know what? I don't get it.
I don't either.
I don't know. See, I feel like these corporations get too big, and there's too many fluffers. Like, it just...
Are we in the porn industry?
Nope, we're talking about the same one, the gaming one. Just too many fluffers going in there in the meetings and just getting... and they're like, yeah, that's a good idea. It's like...
Oh, you mean like they'll just say whatever's great,
Yeah, sure. That's what I meant. But no, it was just like, it just too many, man. It just gets ridiculous. No one's standing up. Nobody's doing anything. It's kind of one of those deals,
I was disappointed that they had no Super Mario RPG announcement for the eShop or something.
Oh,
or whatever,
yeah. You need a... You notice that they've put a lot of stuff on the eShop. They put a lot of games you can already get from if you are a member for the year. You notice that?
Like for Nintendo or Super Nintendo?
Like you can buy the games like Sunset Riders. I don't think that's on the Super Nintendo though.
No, I didn't notice.
On that Super Nintendo membership. Well, they put Super Punch Out on there. Mm-hmm. You could already play that on the Super Nintendo.
You know what? I bet they do that because
then I thought I saw something because I saved it. What was it?
That's probably to satisfy the people who don't want to pay like $2 a month or whatever the cost is, I guess.
And the membership is legit.
It's worth it, yeah.
Yeah, that's whatever, But other than that, yeah, man. I mean, I think that's the video game stuff that I just really want to talk about. Just, looking forward to that Mario League coming out. What else is coming out?
I don't know. All I know is that
Jacob said something about Crusade something.
Crusader Kings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You said that you wanted that. That's next Tuesday, right?
He's talking. Kingdoms of Amular, the Re-Reckoning.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah, if they bring it out for PC, I'd probably get it for PC. Well, if it's on Switch, it's actually a really great Switch portable game. You'd like it.
Oh, it is?
Oh yeah, it's a great third-person hack and slash. Make your weapons, make your build however you want. You could be this dagger flying, spell weaving son of a bitch.
Oh,
It sneaks everywhere. You can do whatever.
okay.
I put a lot of time into it when it came out on the 360 a long time ago. And I re-got it for the PC.
Yep.
So if it's on Switch, I'll probably get it for Switch, actually.
Sounds like a man didn't have friends.
Yeah, if you mean you.
Oh.
Got him!
Yeah, man. I think that's really it right now. Oh, that's in November though.
What's that?
I just got reminded to this the Assassin's Creed the Valhalla. That might be good, man. People are hyping it up.
Was there
that
like
trailer.
15 Assassin's Creeds now? I stopped at 2 and I fucking got so bored out of that game.
Yeah, I played Origins for a little bit. That was okay, and then I play tested the Spartan one because we got a used copy in. I popped it in for a minute. And I was like, it's not bad.
Every year they bring out a new fucking Assassin's Creed. It's like Assassin's Creed. He was in the Alamo. What's the next Assassin's Creed?
He's a mailman.
It's a future Assassin's Creed where he knows that he has
a mailbox.
Of assassins from 100,000 years ago. It's like, how many fucking Assassin's Creeds are you gonna
He was a
branch?
cow.
I would not be shocked.
He goes around. He's a cow assassin.
Yeah, he's like a human with cow powers or some bullshit.
Some shit milks him. Milks
You be
himself.
Ooh, God,
Puts poison in his milk. Hands it to you. What the?
we should be game designers.
Yeah. How much poison is in his milk?
Hey, Alex, how'd that cow superpower come along? I'm almost done with it. You said that 10 days ago, and you said this would be a day-long project. Bro, I got to get this right.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Fucking hate Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
No offense to whoever likes it. It's just every year.
Well,
a
that
new
Call
game.
of Duty's coming out. That Cold War.
The Cold War.
Cold War. Yeah.
If it's like Black Ops, I actually might play it.
It's the same guys.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a direct sequel.
What is it called? What's
Treyarch.
the name of it? Treyarch.
Yep.
That's what it is. Yeah, I mean, I like Black Ops, so it's
Black Ops was great.
That's a great series.
Yeah.
For the most part. Mm-hmm. That last one, they kind of fumbled. Was it Treyarch though? No, was it Activision?
You mean the one that had the
No.
the Battle Royale?
Yeah, the Black Ops 4.
I think no. Oh, Black Ops 4 should have been Treyarch. The one after that, which had an also battle. No, Black Ops 4 didn't have a battle royale.
Yes,
did it?
Yes, they did.
Well, what's the recent one that just also had it too?
You mean Modern Warfare?
Is it just called Modern Warfare?
Yeah,
that's right.
But then they had the Modern Warfare Warzone.
Well, that's it. Yeah.
Warzone. Yeah.
Okay.
People are loving Warzone.
Oh, I played a few times. I liked it.
Yeah. It's not bad. I mean, I watched Dr. Disrespect, and he is pretty all on it right now.
Yeah.
That motherfucker had a meltdown this week.
That
I've
Fall
been watching
Guys.
him.
And what's that other game?
I don't know why. I think this is the most I've ever watched Dr. Disrespect.
He's entertaining.
And it's not even that. I'm just kind of like, I think I waited for what he did. I think Monday he lost his cookies, and he was not throw up, but he there was a point towards the end of his stream where he was just like, he says, "I'm gonna be honest.
Oh, I watched that.
I haven't been.
Yeah.
I haven't been right."
He put that on his YouTube. He put a recap of it.
Yep. He's like, I can't deal with this ban. He just talks about it. He's like, I have never had anxiety till this.
Yeah.
So it's so insane, dude. That's so crazy that Twitch did that to him.
I don't care.
But,
like him, hate him. He puts the time and effort. He's gotten so big where he has a production team to help do the shit he does.
But I told you, remember when he came back and he was on YouTube, I said, there's something off about him. He's not the same.
Oh, yeah.
And I literally saw
could
that.
tell.
I was like, man, there's something wrong about him. I don't know what it is. If he feels like a little bit slower, like he faker, doesn't seem right, doesn't seem focused, because he's not that great of a player in general.
Some of them he's pretty good at.
He's not that bad. He's definitely better than me. Definitely better probably than a lot of people I know. But at the same time, when he's like, if you watch him stream with other players, you could see the different
Like the other players are still better?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Like, so he was streaming yesterday. He was streaming yesterday with this dude, I think his name was Zeke or something. He streams on Facebook.
Okay.
So either way, or maybe it was Zach.
It wasn't
Sorry,
Shroud,
Lizzie.
wasn't?
No, it wasn't Shroud. And so tomorrow there's a tournament.
He's been looking for someone to be his partner.
So this guy, I think he's going with this guy.
Oh.
But either way, the guy he was playing with is so much better than him.
Oh, yeah.
And you could just tell. He could just like puts his shit together. But like he's definitely. I do notice this. He's definitely a good backpack. Like, he's a good backpack player. Like, he would be a good accessory to that one player to make him better.
Well,
that's the reference.
He
like
hypes
a
people up
player.
too. I mean, I would consider him if you're going to RPG elements. He's like the bard of the party. Like,
yeah, and he
hypes people up so much.
Yeah, and then definitely, like I said, he's a very good assister. You know, he's a very good like he's a good partner, but he's definitely not a lead guy. Not one bit.
I can see it.
Not one bit.
I think he jumps around games a little too much to where he can't focus on one game. Rather with Shroud, like Shroud when PUBG was out, the reason why Shroud was considered the best is because that's all he did.
Yeah, but at the same time, you have to have. I mean, this is the thing about Dr. Disrespect. He also he gets paid by the viewers to play other games.
Oh,
like
yes,
some people
absolutely.
dump some money on him and say, "Hey, I want you to play this game."
He's
and
an entertainer.
He'll be like, "All right, let's do it."
He's not a pro gamer. He's an entertainer when it comes down to it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And then he definitely like follows where the money's going.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, and I mean, it works for him. So, I mean, it's whatever.
I mean, it's a full-time job. He puts like 6-8 hours a day, maybe more.
Not anymore. It's been super slow for him. It's been at least like the first 2 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks. He's only been on YouTube for like 2-3 weeks.
Well, I bet the production for YouTube is a lot more complicated than Twitch.
Probably. But he's been the first week he was only on like 2 or 3 hours at a time, 3 days a week. The last week he was on there for 4 days a week, but each one of those views were like 3, 2, and 4. But then that one on Thursday was for like 2 hours.
Yeah. Well, I know in his interview that he had before he got going a lot more on YouTube, he said just the setup process that they've been trying to get through with YouTube and stuff was complicated. So he said he was putting in day and night with his production team and stuff, getting everything set up, green screen and all the stuff, like the graphics and crap you see. And, you know, I've told you, I follow Game Grumps and stuff a lot, and just the amount of editing they have to do. They have to hire a team to fucking, after they're done recording, edit, proof it, everything. And I can only imagine with his shit, because he's actually playing to be good, because, yeah, at the same time, you're watching it to be entertained, but you're not just going to watch a guy just suck all the time, unless it's for comedic purposes, which is kind of what people watch
some
Game Grumps
streamers
for.
do that.
Yeah,
they
absolutely.
know they suck, and then
because they have a comedic presence about it.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I'm not good at gaming. That's why I stick to RPGs. I'm just like, yeah, turn based.
I've been trying to like get into streaming Dota, but I don't know.
Yeah, Jacob. I don't know if I should say his last name, but he works at Joe's Coffee. Jacob now.
Oh, I think
Our Jacob's friend Jacob
Oh yeah, I know who you're talking about.
plays Pokemon a lot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he said he's starting to stream. Maybe we should have give him a plug or something, but he never gave me his information. So
oh yeah, anyone who's streaming out there, just shoot a shout. We'll blow you up any way we can.
blow you up. But yeah,
Not violently.
yeah, it's pretty legit. That if you can do that, definitely What the fuck are you doing?
I got like my ass is numb. Like I'm like, what the hell?
Those butt cheeks got clapped.
Well, oh look at that, guys! We're over our time. What type of send off would you like to give the folks besides my ass got clapped?
Kra-kra-kra.
Oh my god.
You ever seen that video where that white boy was like that? He was in the mirror.
He's like, "Ratata."
Yeah, he was in the video. It's just an old ass video. He was like,
They were vines, yeah.
Yeah, and it was just like he was talking so gangster. He's so skinny and in the bathroom, and he's like, something.
Well, people made fun because he was just like, "Ratata."
Ra-ta-ta-ta.
I fire you up in the club, the ratata.
So stupid, man. I was like, goddamn, boy. You ain't right.
Oh my god.
Oh, man. He's so stupid.
So what are we going to talk? What was? Oh yeah, we're going to talk about the spoiler in the next episode, right?
Yeah, so hopefully we'll get another episode here done on Saturday.
Yep.
And that's going to be full-blown Zendikar and
Fetchland goodness.
Fetchland stuff.
Toppers and everything.
Toppers and topless ladies and...
Or dudes.
Yeah, that too.
We don't judge.
We don't judge a nipple, man, unless it's weird.
Hashtag free the nipple.
yeah. I've seen some weird nipples on my lifetime. And the funny thing is, I've only seen weird nipples on dudes. That's kind of weird. Like, the dudes have the weirdest nipples. Like, it's just like, what?
You know what?
Dude,
I was going to make fun of you, but that's true because when you go to the beach, you don't see women's nipples.
Nope.
Because
you see a
that's
lot
illegal,
of dudes'
apparently.
Nipples, and their nipples are everywhere. And you're like looking at some of them and like, what? I seen the smallest. I knew this dude.
How did we get to this
you know
point?
this guy. You know this guy. He's from our old playgroup area.
Sure.
And his name starts with a B.
Okay.
And he used to have a girlfriend name that started with a E. I seen that guy with it was so me and Newman one time we were over at somebody's house and we were all gonna get in the hot tub and we were like, we've been getting like hammered and stuff. And then we all getting ready, all the dudes getting ready, whatever. And then we all take our shirts off, and then Newman looks over at fucking, what's his name?
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh my, no." So I look over too. Newman looks over at him, and I was like, "What the fuck?" And he walks away, right? And then me and Newman's like, "What the fuck was that? Did you see that?" And he was like, "Yeah." Those were the smallest nipples I've ever seen in my life. Dude, they were like dots, man. I don't think it's physically was impossible. He had like baby nipples. Something. It was weird. It was like they were like little drawn on. You know what? That could have been it. He could have had no nipples, and before he showed up, we were going on the hot tub, drew them on himself.
Just put some pasties on.
He just got a little Sharpie and he drew little nipples, and he's like, I think no one would notice, and then just walked away. It was the weirdest thing. And then I know another guy. I can say his name because I haven't talked to him in maybe at least 18 years. His name's Mario. He had the longest nipples.
Oh my god.
They're linguini, dude. They was
So please listen to our future
dude,
podcasts.
I'm telling you right now.
I don't know how we got to this point.
They're like little macaronis.
He's still going. He's still talking about nipples. What the fuck?
Hilarious. All right, man. I guess some other show we'll talk about nipples and how funny they are. Peace out.
What the fuck? Oh my god. Yeah. Everyone,
right,
take
man.
care.
See y'all.
Holy shit.